Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and we're going to get a little deep today with this video because I'm going to be talking all about being insecure and some things you can do to make yourself less insecure and stop letting your insecurities run your life. So as much as I do love making fashion videos and things that you guys can do to make yourselves look better, I think the biggest issue and the biggest problem people have is really fixing what's on the inside and not the outside. So today we're going to be going over how to get over your insecurities, how to stop comparing yourself to people, how to stop just really letting your insecurities run your entire life, because I think a lot of people are doing this and it's the reason why nobody is happy. Being insecure is something that I think everyone has dealt with at one point at least in their life. I know I've been insecure before and I think it's really common. So whether it be in a relationship or at your job or the way you feel about your body, it will absolutely consume you if you let it. So it's important to understand why you're feeling that way and fix it. So today, like I said, I'm going to be going over some ways you can feel less insecure and start living your lives with confidence like you all deserve to. So I really want my channel to be a place where after you watch my videos, you feel confident, you feel like you're on your way to being the best version of yourself, which is why I think this video today is so important, because I think a lot of us let our insecurities run and ruin our entire lives when you all deserve to be living a life led by confidence. So number one, we have stop comparing yourself. And I'll be the first to admit that I have fallen victim to this so many times, especially with the rise of social media and all of these beautiful people posting beautiful photos all the time. But the one thing you need to realize is that it's not real. It's social media for a reason. It's a curated Instagram post for a reason, and that's not how someone's life actually is. So no one is going to post all the lows in their life or all the struggles they go through. They often want to showcase the best parts, which is totally understandable. I get it. You want your Instagram feed to be pretty and perfect and put together, but that's not realistic. But more importantly, and just pretty generally, there's always going to be someone prettier than you, or more handsome than you, or that has a better body than you, or a better house, or a better car. And who cares? Because if you spend your whole life comparing yourself to what everyone else has instead of focusing on what you have, you will never be happy. And just to put it into perspective, you probably have a lot of things that other people wish they had: a roof over their head, a car at all, a good relationship with your mom. There are so many things I can think of that so many people don't have that they would absolutely die for. So be thankful for the things that you have and stop constantly comparing yourself to other people, because as they say, comparison is the thief of joy, and it's completely true. And I've been there, I've done it, and it never makes me feel good. So be thankful, be happy with yourself, and start to love yourself for you instead of the things that you're not. Another important thing to remember here is that everyone is on their own different path and different journey. So it's really dumb to compare yourself to where someone else is at in life versus where you're at. So I'm 25 and some of my friends are married, or some of my friends are having kids, and I'm not even engaged, and I'm fine with that because I'm posting on YouTube. I get to do all of this and I love it, and it's totally fine that I'm on a different path than some of my other friends. Some of my friends are 25 and don't even have a boyfriend. They're single and they're happy doing that. So you can't compare where you're at to someone else. There is no timeline to follow. There is no deadline to life. I have a lot of older guys reach out to me and say, do you think it's too late for me to find the love of my life? Or do you think it's too late for me to start dating people? And the answer is no, because sure, it might be too late if you compare your journey to someone else's, but in the grand scheme of things, you're never too old to be loved. You're never too old to find a partner. So you don't need to compare where you're at to where everyone else is at, or where society thinks you should be at, because your path is yours and you can make it whatever you want it to be. Number two, we have make yourself happy. And I talk about this a lot because it's really important, and I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with. So making yourself happy really is the key to success, and if you feel like you're unable to do this at the time, I think it's important to take a step back and kind of analyze why. Have you always relied on someone else? Are you only happy when you spend a bunch of money on online shopping? Do you have some other sort of addiction that only makes you happy? It's important to figure out what the root of the issue is and fix it, or else you're never going to be happy and you're always going to be relying on outside sources to be the source of your happiness. So Really important. I highly recommend figuring this out. Making yourself happy is just one of the most important things, so you aren't constantly relying on someone else or something else to do it for you. Number 3, we have stop caring what everybody thinks about you. If I cared what people thought about me, I would have stopped posting on YouTube a long time ago. And this is why people do. This is why people quit things. This is why people don't do things that actually make them happy, because they're constantly worried about what everyone else wants them to do. So many people are stuck in a life of doing things to please other people, being a people pleaser, trying to make other people happy all the time. So much so that they aren't even happy themselves, and they don't even like what they're doing because they're just doing something they think other people think they should be doing. So it's really important to stop. I know it's hard. I know everyone tells you not to care what people think about you, and you're like, yeah, okay, haha, that's easier said than done. And it is. It's a really hard thing to accept. But the moment you do, you feel so much freedom. I cannot even begin to explain to you guys. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I don't care if someone leaves a mean comment. It used to rattle me. I would be so sad when I saw someone say something mean about me, and now I'm just like, okay, why don't you make a YouTube video then? You just really have to stop caring what everybody thinks, or you will never accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in life, because you're always going to be worried about what this person thinks or that person thinks, or what your mom thinks or what your brother thinks or what your best friend said. Who cares? Other people's opinion of you is none of your business, and the sooner you realize this, the happier you will be, I promise. And for this one of my favorite quotes in the whole wide world that really resonated with me a lot more once I started posting on YouTube is, you could be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there's still gonna be someone out there that hates peaches. So at the end of the day, do your own thing, do what makes you happy, stop trying to please everyone else, and you will be happy, I promise. Number 4, we have take care of yourself. So I'm not talking about trying to have the hottest body in the world so that you feel like you're better than everyone. This one is really about taking care of your physical well-being and your mental well-being so that you all around feel like a better person. You will feel a million times better about yourself if you start putting in the effort and work on yourself to get to where you want to be, whether it be physically, whether it be mentally, emotionally, whatever it is, you have to put in the work. And this is why I often bring up working out on my channel and going to the gym, going for a run, things like that, because it really does just get those happy endorphins going in your brain and makes you all around feel so much better. So if I'm having a bad day and I go for a run, I automatically feel like a brand new person. I just feel better in general. So if you're someone that doesn't currently move your body at all, you're a couch potato, you play video games all day, you don't move from the couch, get up, get going, and get active, because you're gonna feel so much better. So when I say taking care of yourself, that's gonna be different for everybody. What one person might need to be doing could be totally different than what you need to be doing. So figure out in what areas of your life you feel like you're not taking care of yourself or putting yourself first, and start to make a gradual change to putting yourself first, taking care of your mental health, taking care of your physical well-being, and just being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Another thing I really want to mention here is that so many things fall under the take care of yourself category, and there's a ton of small like self-care things that you can do to make yourself feel better, like getting a haircut, getting a new outfit, whatever it is that will create an instant kind of pick-me-up for you, maybe for 10 minutes, but ultimately, if you hate yourself, it doesn't matter how good you look. You really have to learn how to love yourself and be happy with who you are without needing all these extra things to make yourself feel better. When you start putting in the work to being your best self, you'll notice that you'll feel a lot more confident in who you are, because you're trying and you're putting in the work, and you're not just letting your life slip away being totally unhappy and hating yourself. So put in the work, take care of your mental well-being, take care of your physical well-being, and I promise you will feel so much better. Number 5, we have positive self-talk. So I post about this all the time on my Instagram because I think it is so important. And the way you speak to yourself is so much more important than you probably think. I think a lot of people have a very negative inner voice, especially when they're speaking to themselves. So if you just switch those negative thoughts with positive things, it makes a huge difference. So instead of saying negative things to yourself like, I've never done this before and I have no idea what I'm doing, turn that into, this is a chance for me to learn something new. Just a small shift in your inner voice will make a huge difference in what you can get done and how much you accomplish. Self-talk seems like it's something that would be so small because it's just your thoughts in your head, but it actually makes a huge difference in what you can accomplish and what your brain thinks you're capable of. All the insecurities in your head are literally just that. They're thoughts in your head, and you can crush those by beating it with positivity. So I know it seems silly, I know it seems small, but changing the way you speak to yourself will change your entire life. So instead of saying, I'm nothing compared to them, say something like, I'm my own person and we both offer different things. And this goes back to the comparison thing. Instead of comparing yourself to someone else for what they have that you don't, start saying things that you have. So it's pretty clear at this point in the video that insecurities can absolutely destroy your life. They will run your entire life if you let them. And at the end of the day, it's important to understand that an insecurity is just your brain doubting yourself. It's something that your brain completely makes up. It is not real. Just because you've never done something before doesn't mean you're going to be horrible at it. It's just like when you get on a bike for the first time. You've never done it before, so your brain is like, oh my gosh, I've never done this before. We're going to fail. We're going to fall. We're going to get our knees all scratched up. I'm going to die. I'm going to hit my head on the concrete. But you never know until you get on the bike. And yeah, when we first get on a bike, we do fall and we mess up, and that's okay, but it takes practice. And if you let yourself start doing things instead of telling yourself before you even do it that you can't do it, you get so much more done and you realize actually what you're capable of. And I think that's the difference a lot of times between confident people and insecure people. It's not that these confident people wake up every day thinking, you know, I'm the best of the best, I can do anything. They just wake up with a positive mindset, knowing they're capable of more than they think they can. So really the only difference in insecure people versus confident people is a shift in mindset. It is that easy. It seems like this big daunting thing. Oh, well, I'll do it when I'm confident, or I'm not confident, but it's all in your head and it's all made up. So you control the way your life goes, you control the way you respond to things, and you control the way you speak to yourself. So if you can change those things into positive things, you will get so much farther in life. People project their insecurities and the way they feel about themselves onto other people. So I like to think if we all worked on ourselves a little bit more and changed the insecurity into confidence, we would all be a lot nicer to ourselves and to other people as well. Alright guys, that is all I have for today for 5 ways to be less insecure. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for when I release new content. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys on there, and I talk a lot about mental health on my Instagram account and all of this kind of stuff I talked about in the video today. I post often a lot on my Instagram account. So if that's something you're into, something you want to learn a little bit more about, or something that just gives you a little bit of a confidence boost, definitely be sure to follow me on there as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.